We're going to be looking at some collision repair options on this 2010 Honda CR-V. Some of the repairs we'll be discussing include sectioning and partial and full part replacement at factory seams. Side impacts such as this will almost certainly require sectioning of the outer panel because replacing outer panels at factory seams is not often practical. It involves the removal of many adjacent parts. Honda allows some latitude for the sectioning location based on the area of damage and the size of the service part. Depending on the model, side panels are serviced as several panels. If the area of damage extends beyond the edge of one service part, it may be necessary to use several service parts to do a complete repair. Because of the increased use of high-strength steel on inner panels and reinforcements, it's necessary to reference collision repair information to determine if a part can be straightened, sectioned, or if it needs to be replaced at factory seams when collision damaged. Some of the high-strength steel parts on Honda and Acura vehicles include front rail assemblies, floor reinforcements, rocker panel and pillar inner panels and reinforcements, and rear rail assemblies. Here we have a couple of rail replacement parts for this CR-V. Honda and Acura vehicles generally do not allow for sectioning front rail assemblies. They must be replaced at factory seams. This rail assembly has the first factory seam extend all the way rearward into the cowl and floor structure. This is where this rail would need to be replaced if it's damaged. This rail also has a Tailor welded blank laser seam in this area. This should not be confused as a sectioning location. This is where two different types or two different thicknesses of steel are joined. In contrast, there are a couple of repair options for the rear rail. If the damage is confined to the rail end, this part is available as a replacement part to repair that type of damage. If the collision damage has radiated farther forward than what this part will repair, you can also get a complete rear rail assembly from Honda. Notice this part has a Tailor welded blank with a laser weld right in this area. This is not to be confused as a sectioning location. There are exceptions to the rule of only replacing high-strength steel parts at factory seams. One of those exceptions on this CR-V is the B-pillar reinforcement. Here we have a high-strength steel B-pillar reinforcement for this CR-V. Unlike several of the other high-strength steel structural parts on this vehicle, this part can be sectioned in this general area. On other Honda and Acura vehicles, some of the B-pillar reinforcements must be replaced at factory seams. To allow for that, an access window is cut in the outer panel to allow access to the factory seam of the reinforcement. As we see here, general rules apply to many of the high-strength steel parts. However, there are exceptions. And because there are exceptions, it's always important to refer to the Honda collision repair information when doing structural repairs on these vehicles.